Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey folks, I'm going to be coming to Geek Art Confluence this year, taking place at the Goldstein Auditorium in the Shine Student Center at Syracuse University up in Syracuse, New York on Sunday, April 19th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm going to be there all day and I'll not only be judging the cosplay dance contest at 3 p.m. at the main stage alongside Erica Murphy, but I'm also going to be cosplaying as my OC, which is the cross-dressing ballerina boy himself, Elliot Fujiano, aka Melody. More information and details can be found at geekartconfluence.com for you to check out, and if you see me there, then by all means come on up to me and say hi. Hope to see you there. Hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here, backing of course my couch right outside of my bedroom once again. Yeah, I think that usually happens every once in a while on this show for sure, as well as my other videos, but I digress. So yeah, anyways, welcome back everybody to another episode of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about the Bulbasaur plushie that of course, I actually got when I was at Syracuse Collectors Con not too long ago, and I was really amazed with, of course, how it actually turned out for sure. Literally from what I've actually seen up close and personal, they really did a bang-up job in working around the corduroy fabric they actually did to really make the plushie itself look absolutely incredible, and yeah, the end result actually came out really great from what I've actually seen, and I love the hell out of it for sure. So yeah, and given for the fact that I've actually collected a lot of other Pokemon plushies beforehand for sure, that's definitely saying a whole lot. So yeah, so I guess for the sake of this one, this is definitely going alongside all the other ones that I currently have as we speak. It's that worth it in my opinion. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah. Oh, and moreover, I'm really glad I did get this well before I met Terra Sands, the voice of Bulbasaur for sure. It was actually well worth it from what I've actually seen. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. If you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as, of course, the link to it down the description box below. So yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead. I'll wait till you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure. Yeah, just gonna be here sitting in my couch right up until you right until you come back for sure. So yeah, that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. And man, I know probably by the time I'm recording this, since after the start of April, looks like we've been getting a lot of rain very recently for sure. And I mean quite a lot of it. But hey, I guess it'll probably all clear up as of now for sure, because yeah, we've really got a whole hog pretty much right around at the end of March to the start of this month for sure. Yeah, I mean quite a lot of it. And thank God we actually didn't get hit with some massive flood waters that actually drowned pretty much most of my area. And I do like it to stay that way. Alright, I guess even though you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess for today's episode, well, I've been teasing this for nearly a month now for sure, and boy, I think it's about time that we finally get ourselves into it for sure. And well, surprisingly enough, we're diving back into, of course, the Hornby Thomas and Friends range this time around for sure. And well, I guess ever since I actually did pretty much my What the Pickup episode some time ago, where I talked about the 2011 version of the breakdown crane that was part of that said range, I did actually tease one thing that I actually am hoping to get literally from like a simple snap of the fingers that I would eventually talk about for sure. So yeah, and surprisingly enough, pretty much from what I can gather, yeah, I did mention this when I talked about that said item for sure, and I think now is a good time to finally talk about it for sure. And we're not just going to be talking about pretty much a Hornby Thomas train that I got. We're not going to be covering a simple piece of rolling stock that I got. We're not even going to be talking about a simple accessory for sure. But do you want to know what we're going to be talking about for today's episode? Well, surprisingly enough, we are going to be sticking with something from the Hornby Thomas and Friends range, but for the very first time on this show, we're not just going to be covering any Hornby Thomas item in particular. No, I guess for the first time on this show, we're going to be covering a little something from the Hornby Thomas and Friends range that is actually a set for sure. So yeah, looks like for the first time ever, we're actually going to be covering a set that we got that was part of the Thomas and Friends range, let alone the very first set done by Hornby that we're actually covering on this show for sure. What you may ask? Well, I'll reveal it right now. So yeah, what I got right here is, of course, this really nice Hornby Thomas and Friends set that I got very recently for sure, and that being, of course, pretty much the Hornby Thomas and the Breakdown Train set. So yeah, like I said, pretty much this is going to be the first time on this show that we're going to be covering pretty much a Hornby train set for sure, hands down. And yeah, I guess I did tease that some time ago on this show, pretty much when I talked about the 2011 version of the breakdown crane. And well, now that we finally got the set right here in my hands, I guess now is a good time to finally talk about this one for sure. And don't worry, I did come fully prepared for actually cover this saga for sure, that you'll definitely see later on, hands down. So yeah, with that being said, now that we finally got this in my hands, let's go ahead and talk about this one. Alright guys, it looks like we finally got the Hornby Thomas and the breakdown train set right in front of us for sure. And yeah, I really do mean it when I say that this is actually the very first time we're going to be covering a Hornby train set on this show for sure. And trust me, I do have a good reason for pretty much getting this one for sure. So yeah, now if you may recall, pretty much back several episodes on this show, I'm currently pretty much on the road to get my hands as pretty much on as many Hornby Thomas models that I can actually get for sure. And luckily enough, I've been making good progress so far with some of the items that I've actually pretty much, or I guess in this case, some of the models I've actually picked up pretty much for the past several months for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, so I guess pretty much of anything, since after pretty much I covered the 2011 version of the breakdown crane that I covered pretty much almost a month ago for sure. Surprisingly enough, around the time I ordered it, I actually did order this around the same time for sure. So yeah, surprisingly enough, I did get this straight off of eBay very recently for sure. And this might actually be a rare set that I actually got since it came out in like 2012, actually, well over a year after pretty much Hornby released the breakdown crane on its own for sure. Which I really do find quite interesting for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, pretty much on top of getting some of the hoggles that I've been wanting to get for some time, I've also decided to make an exception and include, I think, pretty much some Hornby Thomas models on most of the main engines for sure. And that actually includes Thomas for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So you'll definitely see later on, hands down. So yeah, so I guess pretty much of anything, around the time I ordered this set, it didn't come to me until right around the end of last month for sure. To which, surprisingly enough, if you have followed me on my posts, you would definitely know I literally came home and actually got this set literally right around after completing day one of Syracuse Collectors Con not too long ago. Which I really find absolutely really great. Hands down, I come home from going to a convention and got greeted with this for sure. Such an added bonus, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, so I guess pretty much of anything. Yeah, I'm really quite thrilled that I actually got this Sega for sure. And I do need to bear one thing in mind from what I could gather. When I actually bought this Sega off of eBay, sure, yeah, it actually is very costly from what I could gather, as pretty much around the time I ordered it, it only cost about 190 pounds on eBay, aka just approximately $250 for sure, which is quite a whole lot. So yeah, surprisingly enough, I did get, yeah, it not only includes everything that's including in this set for sure, but it also comes, yeah, it also comes with these two right here, so yeah, just basically two pretty much models of course, Hornby's version of one of Thomas's coaches, Annie, and well, I guess pretty much for my short sum up of course, pretty much the Hornby Annie on its own. Yeah, I really do think it's actually a really good model for sure. Really a nice piece of rolling stock that I actually got. So yeah, I'm really impressed with how it actually looks, especially with how well it's actually shaped out for sure, because, well, it is done by Hornby, after all, so I think we expect something like this to occur at some point, so yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front, so yeah, I will eventually maybe plan on getting the Hornby version of Annie and Clarabelle anytime soon, just to see where it go from there, for sure, so yeah, but that won't happen until sometime later, but I'd be up for getting those hands down, so yeah, oh yeah, and pretty much I forgot to mention, don't worry about a thing in regards to these two versions of the Hornby Annie that I actually got right here. I'll definitely put them to good use later on. What, you may ask? Well, I can't say for now, but we'll have to wait and see, so So yeah, now that we got those out of the way, I think we can now pretty much dive right into, of course, this SAG hands down, to which, yeah, by the way, when I actually shared it to a few friends of mine, they were really quite thrilled that I actually got it, so yeah. So I guess pretty much of anything, now that we got that done, I think we can now go over this set on its own to see how it actually looks for sure. And yeah, and for my first impressions from the box alone, it actually does look pretty promising for sure. Yeah, I can tell Hornby really did a bang-up job, and of course, pretty much the box work from what I could gather, and of course, I do know a lot of you guys are saying that this box looks very beaten up from what I could gather. Well, keep in mind, I actually got this used off of eBay, so I think that's kind of expected. And like I said, I think you can find something valuable of any model train, even if it's already been used for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, literally from the front of the box, from what I can gather, it actually does look really promising for sure, especially seeing Thomas pulling the breakdown crane, and of course, pretty much an open wagon hung in the distance for sure. So yeah, literally from the front of the box for sure really is actually quite nice, and even the top is actually really quite incredible for sure, and even I think one side of the thing actually really does look really nice for sure. Again, despite the fact that it's a little beaten up from what I can gather, and part of it does look a little sun bleach for sure. So yeah, and going alongside the pretty much on this side from what I can gather, actually includes a very detailed list of course, several of the stuff that's actually included in to, of course, the box for sure, which I do find quite nice. And another thing I should mention alongside the bottom, it actually includes pretty much the set actually does include, around the time it came out, pretty much a nice track mag for sure that you can use to actually pretty much run your train set on for sure. Which I really do think that's actually a really cool idea for sure, and I think pretty much from what I can gather, a lot of Hornby train sets actually include the track magging for sure. Now, sadly, this one didn't include the track mag around the time I opened it up, but that's okay, hands down. So yeah, and of course, going alongside the back of the box, really actually is quite nice from what I could gather. So yeah, actually includes some nice pictures and stuff. Of course, pretty much the second action, plus how you can assemble it, almost kind of similar to the Bachmann Easy Track for sure, which I do think is actually quite nice, since I know Hornby has actually made their sets and models in 00 gauge for sure. So I guess it is kind of expected to actually pretty much do something similar to HO scale here in the US. And of course, it includes a nice little diagram of course, the seg itself, with it being about 1,550 millimeters by 1,130 millimeters, which I do think is quite nice. And even in the back, actually includes a full-on Hornby Thomas train layout with the trackman included in, which is actually really quite awesome from what I've actually seen. And a good thing too, because it actually does encourage people to get the track packs included in, so that way you can actually expand your layout to make it a full-on railway for sure, which I do think is actually quite nice. So. And of course, going alongside pretty much this side for sure, it even includes some of the other Hornby Thomas models that you can actually get as well. Like, of course, you got Percy and James and Gorgon, which is actually really quite nice. And it looks like we got a Tar Wagon and Scruffy, really quite nice. And even pretty much a station with the platform, a footbridge, which I already have 2 of those for sure. And even a nice signal box. So yeah, those are actually really good additions, I'm not gonna lie, and I might plan on getting a few of these models later on down the road. So So yeah, literally from what I'm actually seeing from the box alone, it actually does look really, really great, and I'm in for something really fantastic for sure once we get it opened up. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down right now. So yeah, I guess despite the box being a little beaten up for sure, I think we can open it up just fine. So yeah, I guess we can. So all right, well, I guess pretty much a few things might have actually fallen off for sure, but it's all right. I think I can fix it up a little later after this. So yeah, and wow, now that we got everything out of the box for sure, I think it looks like we're on to something. So yeah, literally from what I'm actually seeing, this packaging alone within the box really is quite nice, and they really packed in a whole lot from what I can gather. So yeah. And of course, pretty much of anything, pretty much from what I can gather, I think we might as well start off with the most obvious. Looks like we got Hornby's version of Thomas for sure. So yeah, I think it is safe to say that yes, I am indeed a proud owner of a pretty much a full-on Hornby Thomas model for sure. And yeah, I guess literally from what I'm seeing up close, pretty much from what I've actually seen, yeah, the Hornby Thomas model actually does look really good for sure. Yeah, I really do mean when I say that pretty much when Hornby did the Thomas and Friends range back then for sure, they really want to really try to make the characters look like their engine counterparts for sure. And I guess in this case, Thomas is of course in his regular old E2 model for sure that he's actually based around for sure. And yeah, literally from what I'm actually seeing by far, he definitely does look really great, hands down. It's still exactly Thomas the Tank Engine that we all know of for sure. But of course, with a much longer body from what I've actually seen by far, and even the paintwork and the detailing, I'm not gonna lie, really is actually quite amazing for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, it really is quite a lovely model, and definitely different from, of course, the regular old Thomas model that Bachmann usually makes here in the U.S. For sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, we'll go ahead and slip it back in for sure. So yeah, I think it's safe to say the Hornby version of Thomas really does look really great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really glad on how it turned out for sure. And of course, obviously enough, including we of course got the updated version of the breakdown crane, which I did discuss beforehand. So really quite glad that I actually can see including into this saga for sure. And of course, we of course got pretty much the blue open whacking including which, yeah, definitely on its own actually looks pretty good, hands down for sure. Yeah, pretty much it is actually what I would expect for a regular old truck for sure. But yeah, I will say right now, this actually really is quite impressive from what I've actually seen by far. So definitely really good, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, and of course, including into this set, we have of course got a whole assortment of course, pretty much some nice Hornby 00 gauge track, including in, which is actually quite nice. And of course, we have of course got a small set of buffers that's going to be included in because, well, pretty much give it to the switch and stuff. Of course, we're going to have to make a siding out of it. So really glad they actually included that in. And of course, to top it all off, we've of course got this nice Hornby train controller including in, which really does look quite good. And of course, to top it all off, we've of course got pretty much a full-on UK plug adapter. Yeah, pretty much a UK plug for sure, or I guess in this case, just a regular old AC adapter including for sure. So yeah, I really do mean when I say that I came fully prepared for this episode for sure. So you'll definitely wait and see later on once we get this thing plugged in for sure. And I guess I know a lot of you guys are going to be asking a bunch of questions, but don't worry, it'll make sense later. So So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, that's literally almost everything including into this saga for sure. I did say almost because I did mention earlier the track mag is not including for sure. But at least that's what I can say, of course, that front hands down. So yeah, literally from what I'm actually seeing, the set itself, pretty much from what I can gather based on the packaging, really does look pretty good, hands down, and actually is quite promising from what I can gather. So yeah, that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So you might be wondering to yourself, how will this fare up once we get this all set up? Well, let's get everything out of the packaging and get this thing set up to find out for ourselves. Alright guys, well it actually took me a while, but it looks like I finally got this Sega pretty much all set up and everything, and well, I definitely know it's not exact to be honest for sure, but I think I did the best I could to pretty much get this all set up for sure. And I should mention right now, yeah, it's actually much wider than I thought it was going to be, hands down for sure. No joke, I did try thinking about setting this up on my table, but could just barely fit, especially with that siding over there for sure. So yeah, but I think I did the best I could, pretty much in this kind of situation for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I did manage to get the track all hooked up for sure. And again, yeah, I guess think of how pretty much of anything, the Hornby track that's actually including this saga for sure, right? Yeah, really, actually, is quite nice for sure, and yeah, actually, pretty much seeing how it is, pretty much double O gauge for sure. Of course, it actually works the same way as HO scale in the US for sure. So yeah, that's something I can definitely give Hornby credit for, hands down for sure. So yeah. And of course, looking over Thomas with the breakdown crane and the blow up and whacking including, yeah, I will say he actually does look really quite nice up close and personal for sure. But then again, I did already discuss it earlier, hands down, but either way, I guess pretty much of anything, I'm really quite thrilled with how it actually turned out. And yeah, and plus, even the connections, I'm not gonna lie, pretty much going all the way from the terminal track all the way to this controller right here, including, really is actually quite interesting. And yeah, honestly, I think this controller that's actually included in, actually not that bad from what I can gather. Just a little knob to actually get it moving, and just a little something to change direction, and well, I think I somehow lock it in place, and yeah, it took me a little while to get this thing figured out for sure. Like, of course, pretty much I just have to wait until the red light right up there pretty much lights up in order to get this moving for sure. And I think somewhere around, if I actually have it on the left side, it'll allow me to change direction for sure, so that way I can get it going. But of course, whenever I tried to do the hang with, of course, the controller pretty much like this, it's locked. So yeah, and of course, if I have the train in motion, I can't actually pretty much change a direction of it, as yeah, I do believe there might be some kind of locking mechanism for sure, which yeah, I think I will say is probably the one issue I actually do have with it for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's actually quite nice, but I really do find it kind of a bit lackluster to include that in. So yeah, but maybe that's just me overthinking by far. So yeah, I think with pretty much everything all set up for sure, I guess pretty much of anything, all we gotta do now is plug this thing in. Now, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, how are we gonna do exactly that? I mean, look at the size of this AC adapter that we got right here. It's huge. And plus, pretty much of anything, this kind of plug right here cannot actually connect to, of course, our sockets here in the US for sure, right? Or I guess in this case, our power outlets for sure. So how are we going to pretty much get this plugged in for sure? Well, luckily enough, I did come fully prepared, hands down, because, well, let me introduce all of you to this right here. So yeah, what I got right here, pretty much around the time I bought this Sega for sure, is that I actually got myself a really, really nice UK to USA plug adapter, as you can see here, for sure, that's really good coming handy for, of course, this Sega for sure, as well as any other Hornby train Sega that I will get in the near future, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that I came fully prepared for, of course, this one for sure. So yeah. Oh, hold on, better get this. Sorry about that, folks. Turns out I think someone was pretty much some unknown caller was trying to pretty much call us while pretty much in the middle of his for sure. But yeah. Yeah, never do that, hands down, while I'm in the middle of filming, for sure, so yeah. But either way, yeah, anyways, as I was saying, I think, pretty much for this, plug adapter that we, got right here, yeah, this is, definitely gonna come in handy, for, of course, when we, run this, Sega for sure, so I guess, pretty much, if anything, all we gotta do, pretty much right here is, of course, plug, the AC adapter into this, pretty much, plug adapter for sure, and if we can scurry on over right around here, so yeah, all we gotta do now, now that we got the plug adapter in, is of course plug this bad boy in, and yeah, there we go. Yeah, everything's all plugged in and just about ready to go for sure, so yeah. Honestly, I think I knew I did test this out beforehand for sure, so I think it's going to be quite awesome to actually run this Sega pretty much around for sure, just to see on how it's going to go for sure, so yeah, I think we got everything all set and ready to go, and of course I got the pretty much speed controller all set, so let's see if we could get it moving right about now, and yeah, it looks like we got moving in the other direction. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I think might have got moving in the other direction, but I think I can fix that. All I gotta do. Oh. But yeah, I think all I gotta do is, of course, pretty much push down on these. Pretty much flip the connector and reconnect. Yeah, there we go. So hopefully I think that'll do the trick. So yeah, here we go. There we go. Alright, we'll just go ahead and bring it to a stop right around here. Yeah, I guess pretty much from the looks of it, with what you see right here, all thanks to, of course, this plug adapter, as you can see here. Yeah, it actually runs pretty good, hands down for sure. I mean, yeah, really think about it. A full-on Hornby Thomas train seg that came all the way from across the pond in merry old England actually works well here, here in the US for sure. So yeah, that is actually really incredible. So yeah, you've done good, plug adapter, and I'm really proud of you. So yeah, I think it's safe to say pretty much this Sega actually pretty much does run pretty good, and even seeing Thomas pretty much running from what I can gather really is quite nice from what I can gather, and if I can yeah, I guess it's what I could say on that. So let's see if we can yeah, now that we got the power cut off, let's see if we can get in the other direction. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're really getting somewhere really good with this one, so Yeah. Yeah, really looking to go for sure, so yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and bring him to a stop right here. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this actually works pretty good, hands down, so yeah, I guess pretty much give it to all that alone. I think it would pretty much sum up everything, of course, what I can say about this one for sure. So yeah, I guess overall, from what I've actually seen, the Hornby, Thomas, and the Breakdown Train set, I definitely do think it's actually really quite good, hands down for sure. I mean, yeah, it does have a few issues that I actually do have with it, hands down for sure, that did kind of preventing it from being great for sure. But I really do think this set really turned out quite nice, hands down. I'm really glad that I actually did get this off of eBay for sure, so yeah, may not be the best from what I've actually seen. In fact, I've seen much better all the way, but I definitely do think it is actually a really good set from what I can gather, that I really do love and admire for sure, so yeah. And I know I still absolutely really enjoyed pretty much the 2011 version of the Breakdown Crane, hands down, and trust me when I say, I stand by my point from what I can gather, definitely a really good update, hands down, and of course the Blue Open Wagon is still pretty good from what I can gather, but I know the Hornby Thomas, I will have to say, well, again, far different from, of course, pretty much the Thomas models that Bachmann makes nowadays for sure. But for me, personally, I really do think the Hornby Thomas is a very lovely model for sure. I really enjoyed it all the way for sure, and I really do think it's really well worth it, hands down, so yeah, I think pretty much on its own, this saga is actually really quite good, hands down. I'm really glad that I actually got it. So yeah, I guess either way, I really do think it is well worth the recommendation on my part, if you can find something like this for sure. But hey, I think for what it is, I really do think it's actually well worth it. But we're not done just yet. Oh, no, there's one more thing that we gotta do for sure. Given for the fact that pretty much this is pretty much all double O gauge for sure, how will it fare up, of course, pretty much my HO scale layout in my room? Well, let's definitely take pretty much Thomas with the Breakdown Crane and the Open Wagon over to my layout in my room, and we'll find out for ourselves. Alright guys, here we are back once again, up of course my Bachmann Thomas layout for sure, and well, I guess we can't actually end the episode off with, of course, me being satisfied with the Hornby, Thomas, and the Breakdown Train seg, and that's it. No, I think pretty much the only thing left to do was, since after running that seg set for sure, is to actually pretty much run Thomas with the Breakdown Crane and the Blue Open Wagon around my layout for sure, so yeah. Oddly enough, I knew I was going to be expecting that for sure, and I did actually run it a few times around my layout, and I gotta tell you, it actually works quite well, so, but you'll definitely see later on for sure, so yeah, it did take me a while, and I did have to pretty much get some lunch pretty much right around afterwards for sure, and oh yeah, I guess Mrs. Percival fell down again, so I'll fix that, so ooh. Man, I guess I might have actually started a domino chain by far, so keep it nice and steady, so yeah, there we go, so but yeah, I guess yeah, pretty much stepping aside from all of the hag, I'm quite excited to pretty much show you guys on how it runs on my layout for sure, so yeah, oddly enough, I did get one of the speed controllers plugged in, so that way we can give it a go for sure, so yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do, so yeah, I guess with my hand on the controller, let's oh yeah, man, it seemed to be a little clumsy today, I'm so sorry, so yeah, with that being said, with, of course, my hand on the controller, let's get Thomas with the, yeah, pretty much get my Hornby Thomas with the Breakdown Crane and the Blue Open Wagon around my layout right about now. Alright, well, I guess pretty much from the looks of it, looks like pretty much they actually run quite well on my layout, hands down, so yeah, really quite impressed with exactly that for sure, and I'm really glad pretty much we actually did that for sure, so yeah, I think it is safe to say my point still stands on, of course, the set that I talked about earlier. Yeah, I really do think it is actually a really good saga for sure. I'm really glad that I got it in my hands for sure. But I guess pretty much of anything, I stand by my point to what I have to say about the 2011 version of the Breakdown Crane for sure that I talked about previously. But I guess in regards to the Hornby Thomas, as you can see here, yes, I am definitely proud to say that I am indeed a proud owner of this Hornby Thomas for sure. I'm really glad that I got it for sure. And of course, moreover, it'll give me something to actually have alongside pretty much of anything. Yeah, surprisingly enough, my Bachman Thomas that I currently have right here in my hands for sure, so yeah, don't get me wrong, I still think Bachman did a great job with, of course, Thomas. So I think it makes sense to get the Hornby version, so that way I can have something to compare to for sure, so yeah, that's at least what I can say, of course, that front for sure. Now, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, will I still plan on getting more Hornby Thomas models like this? Actually, yes, I do. In fact, I think I've got, like, probably one other Hornby Thomas model that I ordered not too long ago that I should be getting pretty soon, but you'll definitely have to wait and see on that, so I'll be sure to let you guys know for when I'll talk about it for sure. I've only got a select amount of Hornby Thomas models that I would love to get in my hands for sure, but bear in mind that I'm not going to get all of them for sure, because that would be rather impossible from what I can gather. So of course, I'm pretty much going for a select amount for sure. Like, of course, both versions of the Breakdown Crane and Old Slow Coach is simply one category for sure. While surprisingly enough, the Hornby Thomas, as you can see here, I'm definitely putting that in another category for sure. So yeah, but I'm sure we'll definitely know later on, pretty much once we get things sorted out. And of course, moreover, I guess pretty much in regards to two versions of, yeah, pretty much both of these Hornby Annie models that I actually got. I guess pretty much, if anything, like I said, I will plan on putting them to a good use later on for sure, and don't get me wrong, I will get pretty much the Hornby version of Annie and Clarabelle anytime soon, but we'll definitely have to wait and see. But I guess in regards to these two Hornby Annie models that I actually got, I'm definitely going to put them to good use as like a special project and stuff that I have in mind for sure. What you may ask? Well, I'm probably not going to say that will actually spoil it for sure, but you'll definitely wait and see later on, so yeah, but I guess until then, yeah, I am really proud to say that I am indeed a proud owner of the Hornby Thomas for sure, and I'm really glad that I actually got this one, and I do hope to possibly get a few other models like this back when Hornby did the Thomas & Friends range back then. I know it's going to be hard for me to actually pretty much see on what I actually thought about them for sure, as it actually, the range itself did garner up mixed reactions for sure. But hey, I'll definitely know once I actually get them for sure. And on that note alone, I think I might as well end this episode here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and by all means, let me know down in the comments on what you guys think of this one. I would love to know, So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and yeah, right up until I'll talk about something else in the next episode, I think the only thing left to do is pretty much let Thomas pretty much take one big massive victory lap around my layout, so yeah, I think that's probably the best way to put it, and really quite happy to see that thing go for sure, so yeah, I'll definitely leave you at that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD and Sam Shepard. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.